Hi everyone, so today I'm just going to talk about the first time that I saw Jesus. I saw Jesus in a vision, and let me tell you something, he's not white, and he doesn't have colored eyes either. So my experience was I was going through a really dark phase in my life, and I was just trying to find my way back home. I was trying to find my way back. I was trying to heal, but at the same time, I was trying to find the answers to all the questions that I had for. I was just going through a really hard time, and I couldn't understand a lot of the things that I was going through, but how God has worked in my life, like, if I could say everything that has happened in my life, my whole life is a prophecy. Like, when you're walking with God and you are a child of God, He will make your life into a prophecy. He will make every step you take a prophecy, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to say is I was standing, I was sad, I was depressed at the time because of this guy that I thought was my kingdom spouse. I was into the twin flame new age thing, and it's completely false. It's not necessarily false, but that is toxic. That's that's just very toxic, the way that I'll explain twin flames later in another video. In this video I just want to talk about that. So I was outside the library for my school, and this young lady, younger than me, she came up to me and she was like, "Do you want to?" She just started to talk to me about God. She had a Bible. She started talking to me about God, and then I was asking her a lot of questions, like about Jesus and stuff like that. And she told me that they were going to go to a retreat in Colorado, and if I wanted to go, I was more than welcome to go. And she told me the location where they were meeting and everything, and I just jumped into in the road, and I was like, yes, I'm down to go with you guys. I want to experience that. And I went with a few other people in college, and we all went to Colorado. It was an awesome experience. I remember there was a conference, and and a lot of people from different places from all over the US went to that conference in Colorado. And we had our cabins and everything, and so we were at this conference room, like this meeting room, and where we would worship and stuff like that. So we had like a meeting. They put us a Passion of the Christ. We were watching that movie, The Passion of the Christ, and I remember he was giving a message about God and everything, and I remember he put on the movie, and then I started crying. Like, I just started sobbing. I couldn't control myself. So I had a scarf. I remember it was really cold at the time, and I was wearing a scarf. This was about like 2 years ago, but I'm giving my testimony now because I'm trying to put all the videos up about my life and how God has been working in my life and the prophecies that He's given me. And because we're all a collective, We all go through different things, but it's all one consciousness, which is Christ consciousness. So I just want to put up my video so that it helps someone out there that is doubting God or is going through something. So yes, Jesus Christ is real. This is the first time I see him, and he's just beautiful on the inside. So I'm sobbing. I'm like, I can't stop crying because of that. And in my heart, I'm like seeking him, like for real, like on an honest, genuine level. I'm seeking him on a heart level. And Jesus knows this, okay? God knows this. Because he knows your heart. He knows if you're being honest when you go to church and you're praising him. He knows if it's coming from the heart or you're just doing it, you know. He knows everything. So I remember I was crying and crying and crying. I couldn't stop crying. I started to feel embarrassed because a lot of the people were there and some people were crying, but I was crying like too much. It was not normal. And so I grabbed my scarf and I started to cover myself while I was crying because I didn't want it to come out so strong. And people started noticing and they started looking at me and I couldn't stop. And I was crying because of what I was going through, and I was just like trying to seek him out. Like I was desolated at the time and very desperate, and I was depressed. So I was just like trying to like get to know him. Like, where are you? Like, where are you? I need you in my life. Like, where are you? And plus the what he went through on that movie, it crushed my heart, and I was crying because it was just too much. I was literally feeling sad of what happened to him, and he knows I love him. So all of a sudden I'm like closing my eyes, guys, and I see him. He reveals himself to me. He just shows me this part of his face. He has dark brown hair, probably darker than mine. He's got dark brown eyes. He's got darker skin than me. He's not black. He's not white. He's not yellow. He is dark brown. His skin color is dark brown. Not that this matters, guys. I'm just saying this so that I'm describing him in details. He seemed like he was revealing a part where he was about to get crucified, and I didn't see his thorns or anything. I just saw his hair was kind of like, it was wet and it was stuck to his forehead because of how wet it was, and it was all the way until I could see his face, so I'm pretty sure it was long. So it is long. I'm pretty sure it was long because it didn't look short. And he was looking at me like saddened. Like he was sad, but he had like so much compassion for me and love. Like nobody, not even my own mother, has ever seen me with the eyes of Jesus. Like nobody has ever seen me like he saw me. He was like, and he didn't say a single word, but he was, with his eyes, he was having a conversation with his eyes. Like I died for you specifically, Diana. Like I died for you. And I remember that, to be honest, I wasn't expecting him to be that dark. And here's a verse from the Bible that I got. in Isaiah 53:2, it says, "For he grew up before him like a young plant, and like a root out of dry ground. He had no form of majesty." And he had no form of majesty, guys. Like, he wasn't shining like the sun or nothing like that. He was just like a regular human being, like someone you would pass by and not even pay attention to him because he wasn't attractive. He was not attractive, guys. It says that had no form of majesty, that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him. So it says, he had no form of majesty that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him. And it's true. I kind of freaked out. I opened up my eyes and I was like, what just happened? What did I just see? Like, was that you? Like, was that really you? Like, what in the world? Like, I couldn't believe it. I was astonished. And I kind of felt guilty, and I'm gonna be super honest with you guys. I didn't think he was attractive. I didn't think he was attractive at all. So I kind of was disappointed in that, because we're so used to seeing this white, green-eyed Jesus, very attractive looking, and he was the opposite. And I was like, are you serious? Like, is this really real? So yeah, I kind of felt bad, because he knows me. He knows your thoughts and everything. So he knew that I saw him and I didn't think he was cute, and I didn't think he was attractive. I actually thought he was ugly a little bit. But he's a beautiful human being. What attracted to me the most was his eyes. Like, you can see people if they're genuine or not through their eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul, and his soul is beautiful. Like, his eyes, I'm telling you, nobody has ever seen me like he saw me. Not even like, I've been in love before. Nobody has ever seen me with those eyes. That he was looking at me like sad, like, but like with so much love. Like, I love you, that I died. I'm gonna die for you. Like, he was about to. I don't know. It was so weird, and I feel blessed to have been able to see him. So, I mean, to have been able to see his face. And I hear a lot of testimonies about people, you know, who see him, and they depict him as a shining like the sun or something, and I didn't see him like that. He was a regular human being, and I saw him exactly how this verse describes him. No form of majesty, and no beauty that we should desire him. And that sounds more like Jesus to me. He was poor, but he was rich in spirit. Very rich in spirit. So, yes, guys, I hope that this blesses you wherever you are, and God is real. And if you want to get to know him, and you want him to reveal himself to you, just pray about it. Pray about it. Like, and seek him with your heart. That's what I was doing. I was seeking him with your heart. He doesn't look at the intellect. He doesn't look at the outside beauty. He doesn't look at anything. He looks at the heart of people. And if you have a good heart, and he knows that in your heart, you're actually seeking him out with genuine honesty,